What's up everyone? Today I'm down at Dick Brooks Honda and behind me is a 2018 Honda Accord. Huge thanks to them for providing this car for me today. I'll have a link to their website down in the description below. The model that we're looking at today is the 2.0T Touring. It's finished off in platinum white and the MSRP on this specific vehicle is just under $37,000. Under the hood is an all-new 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This is only paired to a 10-speed automatic with steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. There's also a 2-motor hybrid engine that's also available. This engine produces 252 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 273 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,500 RPM. It is front-wheel drive, weighs around 3,300 pounds. 0 to 60 can happen in 5.7 seconds, and with a fuel capacity of 14.8 gallons, you can expect the MPG to be 30 in the city and 38 on the highway. The wheelbase measures 114.4 inches. It has an overall length of 192.2. The width is 73.3 inches, and it has a height of 57.1 inches. Starting up front with a very pronounced grille, it has a chrome finish on the top with piano black on the bottom. Very clean lines running around the grille and into the headlights. It's all incorporated into one. This comes standard with LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. The fog lights have more piano black surrounding them. This has forward-facing sensors and active grille shutters and air curtains to help improve aerodynamics and efficiency. There's very clean lines coming down the hood, and in the lower section of the grille is the Honda Sensing Technology sensor. Moving on to the side, this features 19 by 8.5 inch machine alloy wheels with gray inserts. 4-wheel disc brakes are on all 4 corners with the rotors up front measuring 12.3 inches and 11.1 inches in the rear. This features power folding side mirrors with the integrated turn signals. It has a very sleek roofline to it, finishing up nicely in the rear, but also has aggressive contours in the body panels. There's an aggressive line running from the front headlight over the door handles to the rear taillights, and then also a very clean line running along the lower side skirt. And finishing up in the rear with the integrated trunk lip spoiler, the unique C-shaped LED taillights. This comes standard with a backup camera and 4 parking sensors, and finishing up with the quasi-dual stainless steel exhaust with chrome tips. And so now with the key, we'll go ahead and take a more in-depth view of the interior, and as long as I have the key on me, it will automatically unlock. The door panel is finished off in very nice black leather. There's a wood trim piece behind the aluminum release handle, along with some memory seat adjustments. The front windows are automatic up and down with the power mirror adjustments. You have the trunk release down below with some storage space for cup holders. This offers a 10-speaker audio sound system as well. Moving inside now to the heated and ventilated black leather seats. They have some white stitching running along the inside, down on the bolsters too. Very supportive on each side. These feature a 12-way adjustability and 4-way lumbar power adjustability support. Once inside, we're greeted with a fully wrapped black leather steering wheel with more of the gray stitching running along the inside. Has a very nice comfortable feel to it. And this also features the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters again. They're finished off in aluminum. They have a nice size to them. On the right side, we have cruise control, lane keeping assist, and your adaptive cruise control setting, along with your heads-up display. All the buttons on the left side are volume for the radio, Bluetooth, and this home button here controls the digital to screen on the left side. So using that button on the left side of the steering wheel, you can see the left side of the gauge is an LCD screen. We can look at the tachometer, your range and fuel, speed and time, audio, phone. Click on navigation, you can see the compass there and all of your other settings for the navigation screen, so you can view it there if you'd like. We can go to traffic signs, driver support. You have your maintenance and other warning lights as well. It's very easy to use and it gives you a lot of vehicle information right in front of you, so you don't have to look to the center screen. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your parking sensors along with traction control and turning on and off your blind spot. There's also the heads-up display. You can control where you want that on your windshield, up or down, along with your trip setting. 1 air vent. And coming along the center is the 8-inch touchscreen display screen. So with the car on now, we'll take a look at all the features on this center screen. We can go to navigation and pull that up to full screen. You have your phone, other settings that you can go through. It's very easy to use and scroll through all of this. You have your back button on the far left. There's also a dimmer switch underneath that, so you can control the brightness of the actual background lighting. You have your map and phone and audio on the far right again if you don't want to use the center controls, but there's a lot of different things to go through. We can go to another apps button. You have your Bluetooth, your hotspot, clock and information and just general things like that. It's very user-friendly to use. You have a volume knob on the far left, which is nice to have, and the power for the radio, and then tuning on the far right. Below that, there's 2 air vents. There's more of that wood trim running along the entire dash. You have your dual zone climate control settings in the center with your fan speed, along with the different modes and recirc. This also features heated side mirrors. We'll open up this compartment beneath that. There's a 12 volt, a USB, and a good amount of room down there for anything that you need. Looking at the gear selector now, you just push down on D for drive. You have neutral in the middle. Pulling back on this will put it into reverse, and of course you just push P to put it into park. But with it in reverse now, you can see the backup camera. There's a couple different settings that you can look at. You have straight down, along with 2 other settings for wide view and narrow view looking back. Behind that is the electronic parking brake with the brake hold feature. This has a lot of room in the center console, and this tray slides forward and back to make it easier to use. You have a 12 volt and a USB as well. Nicely wrapped in leather on the center console. And taking a look at the glove box, there's a decent amount of room. There's also a switch here for the rear trunk, so you can actually turn that on or off, whether you want to lock the trunk so that way no one can get into it if you're valeting the car or something like that. We'll take another look at these beautiful leather seats. This also features a sunroof. So all of those controls are obviously up in the center, along with your dome light switches. There's a sunglass holder and also a link and assistance button in case you're in an emergency. So now it's time to take a look at the rear seating. And of course the door panel is going to be finished off like up front. More of that nice brown wood. You have some storage space for cup holders. And the rear seats are heated as well, so there's 3 different settings that you can use. This is a 5-seater sedan, so we'll go ahead and hop in. Behind both front seats, there's a little bit of storage space, 2 air vents in the center, and then I have a tremendous amount of room. I have the seat set at my height, 5'10". I can easily kind of just spread out here. I have a lot of headroom too. It's very spacious in the back seats. Looking at the center pullout, you have 2 more cup holders and of course an armrest. Here's the view out of the rear glass. Definitely a lot of room in the back seat. I like having that glass right there. It gives you a lot more visibility. And of course the rear seats have a 60-40 split to them, so you can throw anything through here that you need. There's no overhangs or anything, so it definitely gives you a lot more versatility. Now it's time to take a look at the rear trunk storage space, and we can either hold the button, walk up to the vehicle itself, or we can do it from the driver's side door. Once we have this open, there's about 16.7 cubic feet of storage space, and obviously much more with these seats folded down. On both sides here, you pull on these to fold down the back seats, and with the seats down again, you can see just how much more room you have, no overhangs again, and the trunk extends to the left and to the right, giving you plenty of room in this 5-seater sedan. All right, so now it's time to get the Accord out on the road now. First impressions, this is very nice on the inside. I'm just in the parking lot still. But everything is so comfortable. I love the steering wheel already, wrapped in the leather. It has a very premium feeling interior to it. All right, so the first thing that'll go over is the general visibility. It's very easy to see in here, especially with having the sunroof open. It gives you a lot more lighting, but it's really easy to take a glance over your left and right shoulder. And I like the fact that in the back seats, there's another piece of glass that you can look out of to give you a lot more visibility, especially over your right shoulder. It's very open again on the inside, and of course using the rear view mirror, you have a large glass in the back. It's not steeply raked or anything from the inside, even though it has a nice curve to it, or flat curve to it on the outside. I'll go back to the comfort now that I have it moving and out on the road now. It's super comfortable to be behind the wheel of. I forgot to mention earlier, there's also a sport mode button and an economy button down in the center console there. I just put it into sport mode. The gauge is lit up red on the outside just to give it a different look, and I can feel a difference in the suspension. I can definitely feel the bumps on this road. It got a lot stiffer. There's actually a difference between those modes. That's very impressive to have in a car like this, so you can easily be comfortable behind the wheel of this and just taking it on some twisties. I mean, it's handling well. It's not meant for back roads, but coming around these turns, it's a very smooth and easy car to drive, really. I'm surprised at how smooth it is in the comfort mode or the economy mode going over some of these bumps. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put it over into sport mode and use the paddle shifters here. We're gonna do a small pull from second gear. Wow. There was hardly any turbo lag in that. I'm surprised at how quickly that feels from the driver's seat. On paper, it's like 5.8 seconds. I got up to the speed limit just like that. That was impressive. The paddles on this are very responsive for an economy car like this, I'm very impressed with the power that this car has. It's not a straight line performance car or anything like that, but you definitely don't have to worry about getting out to the highway or merging, anything like that. You're definitely gonna get up to the speed limit. So sitting at a stoplight now, you really can't hear any of the traffic going by. It's very insulated on the inside. It's overall a very comfortable car to be behind the wheel of again. So I can easily see this being a good daily driver. It has a lot of room in it. You could easily put people in the back seats and not have them crammed in there. And you could even put anything in the trunk that you want too. So definitely a lot of room. And this also has a lot of standard safety features like the blind spot monitoring, the adaptive cruise. You have lane keeping assist. All of those features come standard along with the Honda Sensing, which is that monitor that I showed you up front. So finishing up the test drive in the Honda Accord, I am blown away. I've never been behind the wheel of this car before, and I'm very impressed. This is, again, a comfortable car to drive, plenty of storage. It has a lot of power to get you up and moving. Moving on to the interior materials again, aside from the leather steering wheel and the leather seats, it has a very nice premium feel to it. I really like the center layout. It's not too confusing. There's hardly any buttons, which gives it a really nice look. The only buttons that you have down below are your gear selector, sport mode, and the e-brake. And that's it. 2 cup holders on one side. Everything else is up on the center screen, which is really nice. Again, it gives it a nice clean look. And now we'll take one last look from the passenger side again. Very nice premium feeling leather on the door panel. I like this wood accent. Gives it a really nice look. The center is super clean. Very minimal buttons down below. Gives it a nice look. And then of course the leather seats. One last look from the rear seating. I have this one folded down so you can see this angle, how much room you have to the back seats. It definitely has a lot of storage space and of course enough room for people in the back. So that is my walk around review and test drive of the 2018 Honda Accord. Huge thanks again to Dick Brooks Honda for providing this for me today. This is a really fun car to drive. It has a lot of standard safety features to it, plenty of room on the inside, and has really good MPG. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. I will see you guys next video.